Hello students, how are you? Hope wonderfully well at home. घर पे ध्यान रखना है अपना सभी. I know and you're studying well. See, this year is having lot of changes, right? And you might be having various doubts in your mind कि पढ़ाई कैसे होगी, क्या होगा, एग्जाम कैसे होगा. But all these things are of a secondary part. Your work is to study, take care of your health and remain safe. So right now, if you're having any doubt or any difficulty or any stress, as I always tell you, talk out to your elders. But do not have any tension. चीज़ें धीरे धीरे सही हो जाएंगी and then again you will be on track. But till then we should keep studying and not let our studies remain lagging anywhere behind the track, right? Behind the schedule, I should say. तो हमने अभी तक almost life processes chapter complete कर लिया है and we are today going to discuss the last portion, that is working of the nephron, जो कि बच रहा है excretory system में. उसके बाद we would move on to our next lecture. We have completed life processes. सबके एग्जाम्स में ज़्यादातर यही चैप्टर आ रहा होगा. So let us today study about the working of the nephron and a little bit I'll tell you about the kidney, the ureters, the urinary bladder and the urethra, the parts of the excretory system. Last time हमने discuss किया था about the excretory system. So in it the first part was the kidney. Now the kidney is a bean-shaped structure. Kidney is a bean-shaped structure, reddish brown in color. Because of its shape, very much like आपको पता है kidney beans क्या होते हैं, राजमा, right? Why are they called so? Because they are very similar in appearance to the kidneys. And the dimensions of the kidneys, they are somewhere around 11 to 12 centimeters in length. अब it varies और एज के साथ ये साइज कम भी हो जाती है. It varies a little bit, with the left being a little slight difference in size, being a little bigger than the right one, but not a major difference. थोड़ा सा difference होता है. लेफ्ट वाली थोड़ी सी हायर एंड राइट थोड़ी सी लोअर ऐसे भी प्लेस्ड होती है, बट इट इज अननोटिसेबल. लेकिन उसकी लेंथ समवेयर अराउंड 11 to 12 सेंटीमीटर्स होती है. It is 5 to 6 centimeters in breadth, broad, and somewhere around 3 centimeters thick. So those are the dimensions of the kidney, and it has millions of structures within itself which are called nephrons, which are the working units of the kidneys. The nephrons can also be called uriniferous tubules. ठीक है? So that is about the kidney. The word renal is associated with kidney. Now, after the kidney, the structure which was coming out was the ureter. So, they are tube or very thin walled tubes from kidney to urinary bladder. They are very thin walled tubes which carry the urine from kidney to the urinary bladder. और ये क्या है? Remember, ureter was a tube-like structure like this, और जो आगे किडनी के अंदर जाके एक फनल शेप ले रहा था इस टाइप से. एंड देन आई हैड टोल्ड यू अबाउट द वेरियस स्ट्रक्चर्स लाइक दिस. और जो नेफ्रॉन का कलेक्टिंग डक्ट होता है, जो नेफ्रॉन का कलेक्टिंग डक्ट होता है, it opens up here like these. If these are the collecting ducts, if this was a collecting duct like this, like this, like this, they all open up in this area, that is the minor calyx. So जो भी इस collecting duct से आता है, it would all be collected here and move. That would be the urine, and it would move to the urinary bladder. Now the urinary bladder is a pear-shaped muscular structure which has distensible muscle, थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंड, यहाँ पे जो एपिथेलियम है इट इज ट्रांजिशनल एपिथेलियम होता है एक, जो थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंड और रिलैक्स हो जाता है, बिकॉज हियर इज द प्लेस, इट इज अ pear shaped structure like this which is receiving the ureters, right? So धीरे धीरे यहाँ पे filtered blood में से जो waste आता है, that is urine, is collected here until it is half full. It can extend a little bit, distend a little bit, थोड़ा सा stretch हो सकता है. Then from signal from the brain you need to pass the urine out, and the passage of urine out is a small tubular structure called the urethra. Small. This leads urine outside the body. So these are the structures of excretory system. ये ध्यान रखना है, ये urethra है, ये ureter है. Don't label it. This is only to be taken care when you are labeling the diagram. The diagram is asked again and again. तो आपको ध्यान रखना है, please don't label it wrong. ठीक है? So that is the urethra. So these are the parts. Now let us study about the nephron. Nephron, मैंने आपको पिछली बार इसका डायग्राम बनाया था. Remember? If you don't remember, it is also termed as uriniferous tubule, sometimes referred to. And it is the working unit of kidney. There are millions of nephrons in each kidney, or constantly filtering blood. तो मैंने इसका diagram आपको बताया था. Now I'm just telling about the process which is formation of urine or filtration of blood to remove waste, which occurs in the nephron. So the first part I had drawn was a structure like this. This is a structure like this, right? This is the Bowman's capsule. This Bowman's capsule is a cup-shaped structure. cup-shaped structure, और इसकी डबल वॉल्ड होती है, सिंगल लेयर ऑफ सेल से ये दोनों एक्सक्यूज मी, ये दोनों वॉल्स सिंगल लेयर ऑफ सेल से बनी हुई है. डबल वॉल्ड होता है, कप लाइक स्ट्रक्चर, और ये हल्की सी पोरस भी होती है. ये पोर्स होते हैं, स्लिट लाइक पोर्स भी इसमें. ठीक है? सो दिस इज Bowman's capsule which is open from here. This will lead to a pipe like this. So whatever, for example, यहाँ पे ऐसे अगर पोर्स होते तो कुछ भी इसमें आता तो it would get filled here, right? That is clear. So let that be clear. Okay. So now this is the Bowman's capsule. Don't make this diagram in your school exams. ये तो मैं आपको बता रही हूँ, just to show you. Now remember, यहाँ से क्या आ रहा था? There was the renal artery which was moving inside. If this was the renal artery, it would branch into lots and lots of arterioles which would all move into different, like this, right? Can you imagine? This would all move into different nephrons. तो इसके कितने सारे branches हो जाते हैं, right? So this, let's talk about one. This is the renal artery. This is the arteriole, which is called the afferent. मैंने लिखवाया था afferent arteriole. A याद रखो, आगे से पहले आता है. ठीक है? This will be the renal artery. So let's talk like this. It goes like this. Let's connect them. ये बहुत सारे, I have made them thicker. They are very thin. बहुत सारे millions आप जानते हो, तो कितने सारे branching होगा इसका. So this afferent arteriole then further becomes thinner and forms a network of capillaries like this. See, in your book it is drawn something like this, a network of capillaries. अगर इसको actually देखें तो it is something like this, a network of capillaries like this. In some books you'll find it like this, network of capillaries. ठीक है? तो आपको इतना ध्यान नहीं देना है. You just draw according to your NCERT, and it is a network of capillaries like this. This is called the glomerulus. and these both collectively, Bowman's capsule and glomerulus, can be termed as renal corpuscle. Got it? Renal corpuscle. So this is the make of the first part of the, this would be the efferent arteriole. यहाँ पे क्या होता है, जैसे ब्लड यहाँ से आता है, which has been, the blood which has been, it would go here, the blood which has been oxygenated but is having waste, as I told you. So now it comes here, and these capillaries also have very minute, very minute pores in there. So what happens, the blood, यहाँ पे जैसे for example this is a structure which is having certain pores. Obviously if these are the red blood cells, there would be the WBCs, there would be proteins, there would be सोडियम, पोटेशियम, ग्लूकोज, सब होगा इस ब्लड में, यूरिया, सब कुछ होगा. अब जैसे ही अगर पोर्स है यहाँ पे, तो जो भी लिक्विड होगा ऑब्वियसली इट वुड कम आउट, लेकिन ये जो सेल्स है वो सॉलिड, दे आर लार्ज, दे कैन नॉट पास थ्रू द कैपिलरीज. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, जैसे ही ब्लड यहाँ आता है, इट separates into two portions. In the capillaries remains a thick liquid containing only blood cells, large proteins which do not pass through. What comes here is very similar to the blood plasma, right? So here there is collection of the blood plasma. समझ में आ रहा है? तो blood plasma यहाँ आ गया. Now ये क्या हुआ? This happened, there is kind of filtration. So this is the first step of formation of urine, which is called ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration occurs where? Here. So the first step, formation of urine में first step है ultrafiltration, which takes place in the Bowman's capsule from the glomerulus. Ultrafiltration. So what comes here? Almost a plasma-like liquid, जिसके अंदर ग्लूकोज भी आ गया है, जिसके अंदर और आप जानते हो 90% तो उसमें वाटर ही होता है प्लाज्मा में, तो ग्लूकोज भी आ गया, साथ साथ इंपॉर्टेंट सब्सटेंसेस लाइक सोडियम आ गया, some various salts have come down, plus some waste also has come down. So what now needs to be done? Body cannot afford to lose glucose because glucose dissolved होता है totally, और अगर ग्लूकोज टोटली ऐसे बॉडी से बाहर जाता रहा तो it wouldn't be possible to survive. So glucose needs to remain in the blood, but urea needs to go out. So what happens now? This part, now यहाँ से आपने देखा था there was a part which is, and this Bowman's capsule majorly of nephrons lies in the cortex region. Even this loop PCT, this was the PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, almost lies in the cortex region. जो नीचे यहाँ से फिर ये लूप ऑफ हेनरी आता है, अपन नेक्स्ट डिस्कस करते हैं. PCT is proximal convoluted tubule, और अगर अपन इसको यूं देखें तो यहाँ से नेटवर्क ऑफ कैपिलरीज फिर से आ जाता है which surrounds the PCT like this. Can you understand it? This way. This is surrounding the PCT. So what is happening? यहाँ से thick blood cells चल रहे, thick liquid है इसमें, like this. इसमें thick liquid है, और यहाँ पे क्या चल रहा है? The plasma with or the liquid with all the filtrate. इसको हम क्या बोल सकते हैं? Glomerular filtrate. That is right. Plasma you cannot say because that is a part of blood. When we are talking about plasma, you are referring to blood. So here you say call it glomerular filtrate. ये filtrate यहाँ चल रहा है. इस filtrate में कुछ important चीजें like glucose, कुछ important चीजें है like sodium, but कुछ waste भी है like urea, creatinine, etc. So now what needs to be done? The important things need to go back in the body. Which thing is going back in the body? This blood. This blood will ultimately go and meet the renal vein. So that is going back in the body. So now glucose has to come from this place back into this red capillaries, right? So that thing is the second step, that is called selective reabsorption or simply reabsorption, that is taking place in the PCT. कहाँ होता है? PCT में. Process क्या है? Important substances like let's make them blue. If it was glucose, it's coming back here. Sorry, it's going from here to blood. It is being reabsorbed. And how is it being reabsorbed? From here it is going back here. From here it is going back here. How is that happening? It is an active process. This glucose of active process में आप जानते हो जिसमें energy required होता है. So there are a lot of mitochondria here work producing energy and pushing the glucose back. Active process है. तो glucose जाता है. Glucose के साथ साथ सोडियम भी reabsorb हो जाता है. Certain positively charged ions are reabsorbed. Now when positively charged ions are reabsorbed actively, साथ साथ obviously negatively charged also move back into the capillaries surrounding the PCT. So now glucose is reabsorbed, little bit of salts are reabsorbed. 100% of glucose is reabsorbed in PCT. Salts तो फिर भी बच जाते हैं, लेकिन 100% of glucose is reabsorbed in the PCT. अगर glucose loop of Henle तक चला जाता है, पास हो जाता है, तो it will not be reabsorbed and then it will be lost along with urine. That is a condition seen in diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus indicates what? It is indicating presence of urine. Presence of glucose in the urine. वो टेस्ट होता है एक. That is, अगर ऐसा है तो it indicates the person is having diabetes mellitus. So that glucose is 100% reabsorbed in the PCT. Salts बच जाते हैं जो salts and water. तो ये आगे reabsorb होते हैं. तो यहाँ पे all important substances are taken back. Now अब what happens? Slight amount of urea also diffuses back inside. तो कई उसमें आप देखेंगे urea also is going back because सब चीज़ों का reabsorption हो रहा है, active process हो रहा है, तो थोड़ा बहुत chance है कि यूरिया भी हल्का फुल्का वापस आ जाए. तो ये सब चीज़ें वापस होती है. अब आप एक चीज़ पे वापस ध्यान कॉन्सेंट्रेट करें. यहाँ से चीज़ें कैपिलरीज में जा रही है, तो कैपिलरीज में कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ सॉल्यूट्स बढ़ रहा है, राइट? सो व्हाट विल हैपन? वाटर, टू बैलेंस दैट, वाटर ऑल्सो गोज. So now you can imagine water also is being reabsorbed. तो blood का composition वापस थोड़ा सा normalize हो गया क्योंकि water भी reabsorb हो रहा है, thinner हो गया वापस blood. तो that is the process occurring in the PCT. ठीक है? अब this will further moving to the loop of Henle. This is the loop of Henle. The loop of Henle has certain areas. जैसे ये पहले थोड़ा सा थिनर होता है फिर वाइडन भी हो जाता है, बट आई एम जस्ट ड्रॉइंग इट लाइक सिमिलर बिकॉज आपकी बुक में सिमिलर है, अदरवाइज थोड़ा सा थिन एंड वाइडर हो जाता है. दिस एरिया लाइज इन द मेड्यूला. अगेन दिस वुड बी लीडिंग टू द DCT which is highly convoluted, which would be lying in the cortex like this, and then the collecting tubule leading to the collecting duct. ये अपन बाद में देखते हैं इस पे. Now let's see what happens. यहाँ पे ये जो filtrate बच गया, it is slightly taking the form of urine because majorly important substances वापस जा चुके हैं. ठीक है? These capillaries are moving along like this. I am not drawing many. अब इसको अगर मैं सच में बताऊँ तो there would be like this capillaries. लेकिन आपकी बुक में क्योंकि surrounding दे रखा है तो let me draw it a little bit ताकि आप relate कर पाए. A little bit like this. Just not to waste time, I'm just hope you're getting an idea. And then this would be surrounding this also. तो यहाँ पे अपन ध्यान देते हैं. What happens? This is now surrounding now the liquid which is moving here. ग्लूकोज जा चुका है, many important substances have been reabsorbed. Water is also reabsorbed, लेकिन lot of water is still remaining. ठीक है. So now, and sodium is remaining, sodium which is very important for the body is remaining still inside this, so that also needs to be reabsorbed. So important, maximum reabsorption takes place in the PCT, लेकिन in the loop of Henle there is reabsorption of water and salt, sodium specifically. This part, descending arm of loop of Henle is permeable to water, तो water और move करता जाता है यहाँ से. Water is still moving, being reabsorbed from here to here. Water is being reabsorbed from here to here. वो reabsorb हो रहा है, still हो रहा है. लेकिन यहाँ तक आने के बाद this part, ascending arm of loop of Henle is impermeable to water. तो water अब reabsorb नहीं होगा, but this is permeable to salt, sodium. सोडियम यहाँ पे. So इस portion में water reabsorb हो रहा है, salts reabsorb हो रहा है. यहाँ आने के बाद salts ही specifically reabsorb होते हैं. Why? Because ascending arm of loop of Henle is impermeable to water. तो अब ये यहाँ तक आने के बाद water reabsorb हो गया. अब जो भी liquid remain कर रहा है, it is having majorly waste substances. Waste substances जो body से remove करने हैं. तो if the body is having normal water content or body is not dehydrated, then it would be lost as urine after one part, that is secretion which is remaining. वो अपन बाद में डिस्कस करते हैं. तो यहाँ से water reabsorb. अब यहाँ से क्या reabsorb हो रहा है? सोडियम, पोटेशियम. सोडियम reabsorb हो रहा है. Sodium is going, it is being reabsorbed. It is going here. Sodium is being reabsorbed. तो यहाँ पे water reabsorb हो रहा है. This process is occurring in the loop of Henle. Coming to this place here, what happens that this is a blue, and what I am drawing is this way. This would lead to the renal vein, venules. Obviously ये कैपिलरीज है, तो पहले वेन्यूल्स होंगे, उसके बाद वेन, like this. I've just broadened it a little just to explain. Don't think ये वेन्यूल और फिर ये रीनल वेन में जाएगा, whichever. Let me write it a little darker. Which is moving out of the kidney. This is moving out of the kidney. This is going inside the kidney. Blood is going. So now what is happening? You must have understood कि अब यहाँ पे blood का composition काफी normalize हो गया है, thin हो गया है. But वो deoxygenate क्यों हो गया? Deoxygenate, मैंने अभी आपको बताया कि यहाँ पे reabsorption is an active process. Active process requires energy, and production of energy requires oxygen. तो blood यहाँ आते आते deoxygenate हो गया है, and when it is moving in the to the renal vein, it is deoxygenated but pure, having least amount of urea. तो renal vein में जो भी blood जा रहा है उसमें least amount of urea waste होता है, तो blood is being filtered. Now before release of urine, अब जो भी यहाँ से जाएगा that would be urine, but I told you certain bit of urea and certain waste substances also are reabsorbed. Now they shouldn't be going to the blood back in a large amount. So what happens? In the DCT, this part is the DCT, collecting tubule, then this would broaden. I've just made it like that. Collecting duct में मिलेंगे ये. तो DCT में the third thing takes place, that is called secretion. What is secretion? Whatever waste is remaining is pushed back from the capillaries to the DCT. It is secreted in the DCT. So that process, waste को अब जो भी बच गया है वापस it is pushed back into the DCT. तो अब DCT में जो आ गया liquid, that is the urine, it is collected. This will move to the pyramid. From there it would go to the ureter, to the urinary bladder. और जो यहाँ पे blood remaining है, this one, this is moving here and it is going to the renal vein, back to the inferior vena cava, to the heart, and that you know the structure. ठीक है, तो ये वाला पूरा process है. The formation of urine involves 3 steps: ultrafiltration, reabsorption, secretion, and this is how it takes place. So hope this is clear to you. ब्लड का पाथ ये है, यहाँ पे फिल्ट्रेशन हो जाता है, इट इज सेपरेटेड इनटू टू पोर्शंस, अ लिक्विड पोर्शन मूविंग इन द ब्लैक रीजन, दैट इज द नेफ्रॉन, हियर अ थिकर पोर्शन, एंड देन वाटर एंड सॉल्ट्स एंड आर रीअब्सॉर्ब, नॉर्मल कंपोजिशन वापस आ जाता है, एंड आफ्टर reabsorption of water and sodium and salts and secretion of waste in the DCT, the blood which is in the renal vein has least amount of waste products, but the liquid in the nephron is the urine, which will be ultimately secreted out of the body from the kidney to the ureter to the urinary bladder to the urethra and out. That is the path of urine and the formation of urine. So this question is asked many times. You need to write it in your school exams. Hope this is clear to you. So this is the part of urine. Now this is a normal working of the nephron. But sometimes what happens, you must have heard of a word dialysis. What happens if a person is having damaged kidney or is not being able to filter blood, its kidneys are not working properly, both of them. If one is damaged, other will be working, but if both are having a lot of damage, then the person has to be put on a procedure called dialysis. I'll write it here. Dialysis, or you can say hemodialysis also. Both is same. Hemodialysis is required, a procedure required when a person is having kidney damage. And what is it? I'll just rub and rub this and show it to you. Okay. Now what happens? The person's kidneys are not working, so blood needs to be filtered. So there is a box or a machine like this, which is the dialyzing machine, which has a liquid which is called the dialyzing liquid. और artificial kidney भी इसको बोल सकते हैं. Why? Because it is used to filter the blood which is not being done by the body because of kidney damage. तो ऐसा बॉक्स होता है, इसके अंदर कुछ ट्यूब्स, selectively permeable tubes होती हैं, made up of सेल्यूलोज या कोई भी ऐसा सब्सटेंस जो सिलेक्टिवली परमिएबल हो. ये ट्यूब्स ऐसे इसके अंदर सस्पेंडेड होती हैं लाइक दिस, एंड ये इस लिक्विड के अंदर रहती हैं. दीज आर द ट्यूब्स लाइक दिस. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस, फ्रॉम अ पर्सन्स आर्म, पर्सन के आर्म से देयर इज अ रेडियल आर्टरी हियर. अ रेडियल आर्टरी हियर, इस आर्टरी में से ब्लड इसमें डाला जाता है एंड इट मूव्स हियर एंड देन मूव्स हियर एंड देन बैक. दिस यहां से इट इज पुट बैक इनटू अ पर्सन्स वेन. दिस इज इन द वेन. यहां से वेन में वापस डाल दिया जाता है, the blood coming like this. So how is that done? So from your artery it is taken, it moves through these tubes and then it goes back to the vein. Now what happens in this structure? Actually this solution, this dialyzing solution, then here it will be outlined. Remove भी कर देते हैं इसको later on. Excuse me. After dialysis, this liquid is discarded. But right now, before dialysis, this liquid has all the useful substances which are present in the blood. Very similar composition to the blood useful substances. जैसे ग्लूकोज जितना ब्लड में होना चाहिए इसमें भी होता है, अगर सॉल्ट्स वगैरह जैसे ब्लड में होने चाहिए इसमें होता है. So there is no concentration difference between the blood, important substances in the blood and the dialyzing solution. And as you know, when there is no concentration gradient or difference in concentration, so substances do not move in and out. So what will happen? Important substances will remain here. But this liquid, what will it not have? It will not have urea and waste substances. So if it doesn't have urea and waste substances, the blood coming from the renal artery is having urea and waste substances, so that there is a difference in concentration. So what will happen? Urea and substances from this blood, इस blood में से जो भी यूरिया वगैरह है या वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स है, they move out like this. They move out in the dialyzing liquid. इस dialyzing liquid में से, so this blood. Now, अब इसमें क्या होगा? Deoxygenation नहीं होगा, ऑब्वियसली नहीं होगा, बिकॉज यहाँ पे एनर्जी ब्लड नहीं वेस्ट कर रहा, लेकिन स्टिल इट इज पुट बैक इनटू द वेन ओनली, सो दैट lot of oxygen is not used, but still it is put in the vein so that it goes back to the heart and then becomes a normal part. So this and little bit diffusion of important substances हो जाता है. अगर ग्लूकोज, a person is having diabetes, तब उसका ग्लूकोज लेवल डिफर कर जाएगा ना, तो वो आ सकता है, बट that will indicate a medical condition called diabetes mellitus. Otherwise normally क्या होता है, जो भी वेस्ट है वो इस लिक्विड में आ जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ कंसंट्रेशन डिफरेंस, और ये ब्लड वापस वेन में डाल दिया जाता है, एंड देन दैट पर्सन फील्स नॉर्मल. सो हिज ब्लड इज फिल्टर्ड again, and a person depending on the condition of kidney needs to go for dialysis in a week, some may go in a month, some may go in a week, some may go almost every day. That also becomes a serious condition, depends on the percentage the kidney is working. So this is hemodialysis occurring when a person is having kidney damage. So this is a procedure which takes place. So this is about the chapter on excretion, and here we have completed the portion on life processes. Hope it is clear to you. Important chapter from the point of view of school exams, plus any Olympiad exam, plus any competitive exam further in life. So please study this chapter well. If you have doubts, you can always ask me. Up next time, I would be taking up the chapter on our environment, as some schools are having that in the school exam. So that is a one lecture chapter. We'll almost complete it in 1 or 2 lectures, and then we would move further. So if you have any queries, please ask me. Any doubts, please ask me. But till we meet again, do take care of yourself and do study well. Thank you.